Researchers are uncertain as to what has caused this 330-foot wide sinkhole to open up in a remote area of Siberia this past week. Russian officials are claiming it is likely to have been caused by an explosion by a nearby gas field. However, nearby locals are sharing a different account.
A magnitude 5.8 earthquake shook Washington, D.C. this afternoon. It was the largest east of the Rocky Mountains since 1897. This particular earthquake may prompt a revision of how seismologists predict earthquakes.
What we have here is unprecedented. Our current seismic models cannot account for this kind of activity, not this order of magnitude. And the fact that it happened in Washington, D.C., and the White House was forced to evacuate, the Capitol evacuated, that's what scares the media. What scares me is that there wasn't one aftershock.
Good morning. Thank you for joining us.
You're welcome. Yes, my name is Kirk Womiller. I'm a professor at UCLA, and I study evolutionary genetics and population genetics. Each person, we have what's called DNA, and that's the genetic blueprint, and that's essentially the instruction book for life. That genetic material gets copied in our cells. Occasionally there'll be errors that occur in that copying process, and those are what are mutations. Now the effect of the particular mutation could be quite variable. Humans as a species, we have a very large population size, so if you were to look across all individuals, there actually are quite a few mutants or mutations occurring each generation in the population.
As data is accumulated, we'll be able to connect the dots. My name is Ben Alpers. I'm a microbiologist for the state of Texas. I specialize in mycobacterium. I also work a lot with the CDC with the National Genotyping Database. Nothing is constant. Mutations ensure the fact that things will be modified, and mutations are inevitable. It will either end a species or propagate it, or will have no effect. But invariably, it will change the gene pool.
Allison O'Neill. Biochemistry was my undergraduate degree, and then I went to graduate school for molecular biology. Homo sapiens, essentially, we're in this constant evolutionary state. We essentially came from a single-celled organism, and from there we developed multicellular organisms. To think about the next species is beyond my comprehension.
They call them the genetically gifted. They're genetic threats. See, the government is trapped in short-run thinking, the now, the decade, not centuries. So when there's reporting that the local outside the sinkhole in Siberia said it was caused by a local kid's migraine, and the kid from Bolivia playing soccer, controlling the ball at will. I mean, it's all pretty cut and dry. They are what we were. A mutation motivated to steal the planet. I mean, the implications of Homo sapiens' superior subspecies pose a very real, a very clear threat to humans. You and me. If we are indeed no longer the most advanced species on the planet, we're no longer in control. Homo sapiens superior are here. They will be the survivors. They will be the champions. Evolution demands the eradication of the weak.